When asked about EDC, most people tend to have the same puzzled reactions.
I think it's a music festival.
EDC, no.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But for some, EDC, or everyday carry, is a daily hedge against uncertainty.
Today I'm giving you my everyday carry. If you don't know what that is, it's basically the items that I put in my pocket every single morning. It's routine. I don't leave the house without these items.
We're here today to do something that has long been requested
repeatedly,
every
rigorously
single
requested.
video
Every
for the
video.
last year. Adam, it's time for your extended daily carry.
Though similar to the gentlemanly practice of accoutrement, EDC is a communal ritual with roots in online gun and knife forums. Members would post photos comparing different carryable defensive options. Other pocketable gear was eventually added to create personal systems that empower users with a daily sense of self-sufficiency, preparedness, and even style. EDC has since grown into its own unique community of sharing what works best. And it's not just about guns and knives anymore. Fashion and tech are also popular fodder for the hundreds of thousands of pocket dumps that have been posted online showing detailed photographic inventories of what people carry. Cliff, aka the Urban Prepper, is a software engineer from Seattle who started creating preparedness videos in his spare time. His popular YouTube channel has 80,000 followers and more than 8 million views.
I started freaking out a little bit about having to provide for two people, for my wife and myself, and so I slowly started stockpiling various dry goods, rice and beans, and hiding them in various places. My wife eventually found those, was wondering what was going on, and then when we had our first child, that's when kind of that spark initially happened where I really wanted to be able to provide and be prepared for the unexpected. At the time, I was interested in creating various kits, like an EDC backpack and an Altoids tin, and I just wanted to collaborate with other people because I was finding that there wasn't a lot of people in my daily life that was interested in the subject. So I went to YouTube just to create the channel to share what I had created and just to get input from others, and it just kind of took off from there.
Yummy!
Okay. I get a sense of a peace knowing that I have a certain amount of supplies that would be able to be handy, not only in an emergency situation, but just in general use type situations. And it's also nice being considered amongst your colleagues and family and friends as the go-to guy that you're almost like the MacGyver of your network of friends and family.
As inevitably happens with most esoteric trends, EDC has become geek chic. Men's fashion channels on YouTube are posting EDC videos alongside eyebrow trimming tips. Mainstream magazines are casually dropping the term EDC into gear roundups. EDC-labeled items are even being sold in upscale menswear websites and boutiques like Self-Edge on La Brea Avenue in Los Angeles.
We definitely have customers who carry EDC products on a daily basis and also wear our jeans and our shirts. The items that we carry that they can buy into sort of span those two worlds. I think the information that's out there about things that you carry on a daily basis, whether it be your keychains, your knives, paracord objects, the bags that you carry, I think people are looking for functional things that make their life easier, but also that encapsulate their personal style.
Companies are now designing EDC products that address many modern urban concerns like travel restrictions. We spoke to a few of them at the recent Outdoor Retailer Trade Show in Salt Lake City, Utah.
After September 11 and as regulations towards carrying knives became more strict, people became more and more accustomed to not being able to take their Leatherman tool or other knife product with them on an airplane or in a school or in an amusement park. And so we came up with a product called the Tread, which is the sole purpose of the Tread is to be accepted. So accepted on a plane, accepted in a school, accepted at a concert, and it also tells people when they see it that hey, you're a go-to person to solve a problem for them.
So I'm a big fan of form follows function, and even though function is the driving primary factor behind the EDC gear, you know, if you're going to have a knife and in an office scenario, little tiny pocket knife, which again isn't used for a weapon, it's used for a tool, opening envelopes, opening letters, things like that. You know, if it looks super aggressive and tactical, the guy sitting next to you at the office, he might report you to HR.
Despite becoming a little more mainstream, EDC is still mostly a guy thing, but there are a few women that do it as well. Take Steph Davis, a professional rock climber and author from Moab, Utah. Though her working days are far different than most, deciding what to carry is even more critical since her life depends on her EDC choices. She offered to do a pocket dump for Playboy of her latest kit.
So this always kind of lives in a mesh bag. These are my two emergency systems. This is the modern day where I've got a GPS signal and I can talk on the satellite. This is traditional. This is, you know, I've been going to the mountains for over 2 decades, and you can't necessarily talk to people. You can't just, you know, call for a helicopter. Lighter, if it's cold and you're injured somewhere, if you can make a fire, that could save you. Whistle, because we do use radios, but sometimes somebody's radio doesn't work. A little knife that's serrated, because you don't know, maybe you have to cut your equipment off. Gosh, heaven forbid, but you know, poor Aaron Ralston, he had to cut his arm off. I mean, so terrible. But this is painkillers, really strong painkillers, where if you have to crawl out from somewhere because you've got an injury, but you got to get yourself out, I would take those, and I'd be happy I had them. I think any online community is great, but I think it's great for EDC because if the idea is to minimalize and find what are these core things that are really, really useful items, sometimes that's how you find those things, is you find somebody else that's done a lot of research or just got lucky and stumbled across it. I am always trying to cut down on the amount of stuff that I have and use, but at the same time, I do very gear-intensive pursuits, so I need stuff.
This is Dennis Nishi for Playboy.
Hey, I'm Allie Wade, and tonight we're here at AT&T Park in San Francisco for the Playboy Party, where we'll be celebrating the big game and the new redesigned Playboy magazine. Let's check it out.